come into the interior of the United States. There are 13,000 people that were convicted of murder in another country here in America right now. Just the other day, they arrested a person in Oklahoma City that came under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's open border policy from Afghanistan, who planned a terrorist attack on Election Day in Oklahoma City. So I can go into the specifics more if you want. From the American major...
Why are they letting that happen? Why are they letting people in? Are they trying to get their votes?
Some would say that, but let me give you a more innocent explanation. I think that's probably right.
But how can they vote if they're not a citizen?
They're figuring out ways.
Yeah, but maybe in the future they have kids. But let me give you a much more agreeable definition, that if a liberal was sitting here, they would agree with. They view the world differently than we do. You see, they say that America is for everybody, and that anybody should be able to come, and that if it decreases or diminishes our standard of living, so be it, because the world is one big project, and borders are kind of an antiquated idea, and it's a colonialist experiment. So why shouldn't someone from Honduras just be able to come on up? Now, we believe that you do not have borders, you don't have a nation, and that government is constituted to first serve its citizens, that we have a big heart, but you must first deliver for your citizens before you open your door.
Hell yeah.
And that is...
Citizens before fucking any other country. Any other fucking country. If you come here legally, I'm cool with you being here. But if you come here illegally, send your ass back over the fucking border.
That's the way families work, that's the way homes work, and that's the way a nation should work. Liberals would say, but what's the big deal? Why can't we just bring in another 100 million people? We're a big country, we can do it, we can facilitate it. We would say, you'll lose your culture, you will lose your history, you will become something completely different, and if you import the third world, you will become the third world. And so why are they doing it? It's hard to pinpoint, George. But at the fundamental core, there is definitely this bleeding heart syndrome where they think America is the best example I could give is they think America is open for looting the way that Louis Vuitton was open for looting during the George Floyd riots. It's open season, take whatever you want.
And it's very fair to say, you can't take care of others if you can't take care of yourself. If you're not well enough, how can you help other people? Which makes sense for a country.
Yeah.
And so going back to the voting point of it, because I know that in the past, a lot of people have felt like, oh, is my vote even really being counted, or is it being changed? So how can people election season know that their vote is secure and it's truly being inputted?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we're running a massive Get Out the Vote operation at Turning Point Action. We have over 1,500 full-time people that are working just on this project. It's the largest in the country. So a couple things, that you can track your vote. For example, in Arizona, you can see and make sure that your vote is actually processed and counted in real time. There's a website for it, and you can actually make sure your vote has gone through. If you guys want to vote in person, that's fine. But everybody in this audience needs to vote in general. There is no reason not to vote. And even if you have questions about how your vote is tabulated and how it's counted, not voting is a guarantee that your vote won't be counted. But voting at least gives you a potential opportunity that you can be in the game and that your vote can be counted. But voting is the absolute minimum. It's about influencing your friends to vote. It's about activating. And look, this election cycle, it feels bigger because, look, if Kamala Harris were to win, she wants to get rid of the filibuster. She wants to add D.C. and Puerto Rico as states, abolish the Electoral College. I believe we'll get closer to World War III. She wants to eliminate American energy independence. She will hyperinflate the economy through trillions of dollars of mass spending. Said differently, guys, it'll be season 2 of what we've seen in season 1 here. And season 1 is a horror show. Look, from the Afghan withdrawal, from the invasion on the southern border, from the inflation crisis, we are $36 trillion in debt right now. We're borrowing $2 trillion a year. We can't afford this current trajectory that we're on. And I'm afraid a second term or a Kamala Harris term would potentially be a death blow to the United States of America.